And here we go.
Oh, this is my Dwayne.
My name's Jasmine.
We're Dwayne Jazz. Today we have for you Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
Yes.
Basically Venom 2.
Yes.
Oh, we are excited. We're going to break it down. Major spoilers, so you already know. Like, if you don't want to be spoiled, you got to get out of here, okay? Anyway, comment below. I'm just playing. This video just started. If you guys haven't got your requests, please follow us on social media. In the link in the description below. Don't forget to
subscribe
and like the video. Let's dive on in. Where do we start?
Let's start. We were luckily invited to a private early screening of the movie, where we invited our friends and stuff, and we took a big group photo, and we're going to show you guys. And so thank you for sending us out, and we were looking forward to seeing what Woody Harrelson would do.
Yes,
with Carnage.
Yes, and he killed it. I think he did a great job as Venom, but I will say that, and this is a big but, a big but. I think this movie would have been so much better if it was R-rated.
Yes,
I feel like it would have been so much better. Yes,
like there were so many moments in this movie where I was just like, okay, he's gonna eat his head, right? He's gonna eat his head off, just chop it off. I'm like, let's learn from our mistakes from the last one and actually show it this time. They did better not just cutting to a black screen like they did before, but like, they still didn't show it. They still didn't show the chopping of the heads. I was like,
like, come on.
Like and it sounds so wrong, because every time that I saw them open up their mouth, I'm like, show it, and then they didn't. So I was like, dad, gone it.
And it's because it's really because like Carnage is causing carnage. Like the scene where he finally awakens and he's in the prison
breaking
out, bruh. He looks good. The scenes are insane. He does this one little tornado move. I was like, what? What is that?
He went all tentacle mode and went down somebody's throat.
Oh man, it was just carnage.
But that's why I'm just like, he should, like, I still feel like this movie should be rated R. Like y'all made Deadpool rated R, right? And that was just because he was a merc with a mouth and stuff like that, and we get it, like he cusses and stuff like that. But y'all don't use that same logic to somebody that's literally a serial killer. Right?
I know.
He's a serial killer, and then the symbiote is worse than a serial killer. So it's like,
of course.
Right, give it.
I
should be rated. It should be rated R. But Eddie Brock basically goes sees Woody Harrelson, aka Cletus Cassidy, and he is interviewing him. Venom helps out, like figures out
the locations of where the bodies are,
and then so now Cletus like, man, he's
he was
supposed to be family.
He was like, we're supposed to be family. I confided in you, and stuff like that, and because he didn't think that he was gonna figure out the location of where a body was, but since Venom looked inside his cell,
that was so cool.
All of the things just from like a quick glance, and then was able to go back home and recreate it very fast
and
on
then
paper. Search it up.
It was crazy. I love that scene right there. It just showed you the power that Venom has.
Intelligence,
as well.
Like he can look at something and then know exactly what it is
and redraw, like literally redraw exactly it was. Figured out where the bay was, where the bodies were, and so then he calls him back to the prison, and then he's like,
now he's gonna get the death penalty.
Now he's about to get the death penalty because they found the bodies.
Right.
Yep. And then he talks trash about Eddie Brock's family. And then Venom gets mad and he gets closer to
his friend.
Yeah.
Like, how dare you?
How dare you talk about Eddie like that?
Yeah.
And so this is the gate, right? And then so now he's usually using the tentacle. Venom using the tentacle to like hit him. And then that's when this is how the symbiote, like how Cletus Cassidy gets the symbiote. He bites his finger and then gets it like that. And he's like, I've tasted blood. And that's what we saw in the trailer. And blood don't taste like that. So that we was wondering, how did that happen? And so then they had this whole thing earlier in the movie where they had St. Estes, and that's where he goes and he meets Shriek. I said Shriek. I'm sorry. And I never knew this character, so this is my first time introducing to this character. And they met like in St. Estes, and then she gets taken off to Ravencroft. Because she got powers. She has powers. He doesn't, and they're like really young. So it was like that. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Why they just didn't?
Yeah, because in the comics it wasn't like that. They didn't meet as kids, you know. So I was just like, they met at Ravencroft. So I was just like, all right, that's something.
Yeah,
But and they also like went into his backstory, Cletus's backstory. In a movie, they did keep that he killed his grandmother and, like, you know, pushed her down the steps and stuff and killed her. But they changed the part with his mom, because with his mom in the movie, they had him say, like, oh yeah, like she was in the shower and I threw a hairdryer in there to, like, electrocute her or whatever. No one said it would be easy. But in the comics, it was his dad that killed the mother because she was trying to kill him.
Yeah.
And then he went to court against his dad because he loved his mother. Basically saying, like, how dare you, basically. Yeah. And I don't know, it's like a weird thing with his mom. Yeah. And I'm like, they switched it up. So I was like, oh.
I said, oh, why did they, me personally, I would have just kept it that way because it'll make the character seem more like more have more like conviction or like more like mystery to him. Yeah. Like, to the trauma or whatever. But nah, they was like, he killed his grandma, he killed his mom, and then his dad was like, what you doing? Send him away. Right. But overall, I enjoyed the movie. The only gripes I have, the pros is like, Woody Harrelson did his thing. Like, I believe, like, he was it.
I want to see more of him, though.
I did. I wanted, this is just me personally. Nitpicking. Yeah. Like, I would have loved if they was like, this movie's only 90 minutes, and I would have loved if they would have went more in depth of, like, his mind, of, like, what he, you know, why he does his things and stuff like that. And definitely make the blood. That would have been great.
For me, these are my nitpicks. I wanted blood in this movie. Everything that would have made it rated R. So I wanted blood in this movie. I wanted more cussing in this movie. I wanted more violence in this movie. People getting their heads chopped off. Yeah. And if he's a serial killer, actually, you know, show him killing the people instead of just making them explode in a car explosion. Yeah. Or, like, you know, things that are just like you could easily fade into the background. No, I don't want to see him personally do this. And it sounds very bad.
I know. It does sound very dark.
It sounds very bad.
But I mean, this is Venom and Carnage, especially Carnage. Cletus Kasady, he's a psychopath. He's a serial killer.
Yeah, and like every time that we saw him, because like basically like Carnage's like plot in this movie, I would say, is him trying to get Shriek and marry her so they could be together and stuff like that. And with that happening, you know, Shriek wants to get revenge on the cop that shot her eye out, and he wants to get Eddie Brock for, you know, trying to make him get the death penalty. Yeah. And then Carnage just wants to kill Venom because
so he can be the only symbiote.
He wants to be the only one. Yeah. Right. So it's like all three of them want something. Somebody dead.
Then let's talk about Dan. Dan, her new husband, Dan. He's a hero too in here. I was like, yo, I would have to go save you too if you got caught up by some aliens.
I mean, I understand, but like I feel like his character just wasn't needed. Like I feel like
you know what else wasn't needed? That weird club scene wasn't needed.
Oh yeah, going to the club.
He for some reason, so him and Eddie.
He wasn't in a club. He was like in a rave. Outside festival thing. Which I will say, I am so happy that they included my girl, Lil Simz in there.
Yeah,
because
she's
she literally has a song named Venom, and he put her in there and live performing. I was like, go girl.
Yeah, she's dope. But it was like, it was just because him and Eddie had their relationship torn, and he was like, I could do better without you. You made my life trash. You always want to eat something. And you know, I enjoyed that banter between them two. But that brave scene, I was like, what? I was sitting there like, what? Why do we?
I feel like we didn't really need that. I felt like we spent a lot of time on, like, you know, Eddie Brock's ex getting married, showing the ring and stuff. I felt like that scene was just way too dragged out when it could have been spent on like what Cletus was doing. Yeah. Like, we want to see that. Like, I don't care about y'all old flame. And it's dead and gone now. Yeah. Okay, let's focus on the people that's actually a problem right now, which is Cletus. What is he doing? Like, let's see him. So that was my thing. That's why I was like, I wish that the movie was either longer so they could show that, or cut out the parts that y'all had that wasn't necessary and put those parts in to fill it in because you only had 90 minutes. Yeah. So
I agree. And what do you think about the boss battle they had? Like they had, like I said, the boss battle, but the monster fight.
I mean, I thought it was kind of funny because, like, you know, like with Carnage and Cletus, it's different than Eddie and Venom because Eddie and Venom, they operate as we, and Carnage operates as I.
Yeah.
I and you. Like, we are two separate things.
Yeah.
So it's like, what you want is cool, but we're going to get what I want too. Versus, like, them working together.
Yeah.
Because he loves Shriek and stuff. You know, her power hurts Carnage.
It sure
so
does.
So he was like, you know, you better tell her to shut up and watch it.
He literally said that.
She
literally
did her little scream thing, and you know that sound is a weakness to them. And then he was like, "Yo, tell her, do that one more time.
I'm gonna kill her." Yeah. He like,
and then he was like, "No, leave her alone." And he was like, "Nah, she need to shut up." Basically.
Yeah. And so that was that. The boss battle to me was good. I called it the boss battle.
Mm-hmm.
The boss battle was really good. The only thing I wish was that this blood would really make this like a tier higher.
And it sounds so wrong. They're like, we want violence.
I know.
But it's them.
Yeah.
It's the symbiotes and stuff. And then,
don't forget the ending when Detective. Oh yeah, go ahead, get into it.
So now that's one part that I was kind of confused on.
Right.
Because I know that Carnage, like, you know, kidnapped the cop so that he could use him as like a gift, like a wedding gift.
Yeah.
For the wife, since that was the cop that shot her eye out. So he had contact with him, but the cop was having like this battle between him and Shriek. And then when Shriek was almost about to kill him, and then she got distracted because Cletus was in trouble. She left him, and then at the end of the movie, it showed the cop's eyes like glow.
Yeah.
And so that was telling them like that's Toxin basically. Because
Yeah.
Toxin was the son of Carnage, and I'm just confused how that happened because I'm just like, whoa.
I can't.
At what point in the movie did this contact happen to where now Toxin is in you?
I don't know, because he did touch him. Because remember, he was touching everybody. Carnage was touching everybody.
He touched a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, so how specifically is it the cop?
Detective, I think it's Detective Mulligan, right? I don't know, but I think he's gonna be Toxin like you said.
Yeah.
I think Toxin is the son of Carnage. Just don't worry about how they doing it, because you know what? Another thing, and we're gonna talk about the post-credit scene, which is the most important part of this dang movie, is. Okay, let's just get into it.
Okay.
I want to talk about it. We're going to talk about Detective Mulligan in conjunction with that.
I know with the post-credit scene, a lot has been going on social media about people leaking and stuff. We didn't see any leaks. We stay away. We stay away from leaks because who knows if the leaks are true, okay? Until we see the real thing. So we saw the real thing, and they were basically one place. Looks like they were home. Venom and Eddie Brock.
And they had to run away. They had to run away because they broke out the police station and all that other stuff.
They can't stay there no more.
They somewhere exotic. They was over there on TV watching Telemundo or something like that. This Spanish drama.
They're somewhere different, but then they were talking, and all of a sudden there was like this thing going on, like where like the room and everything around them, the environment was like warping in a way, and then it was like it just got transported, and then they were in like this. It looked like a tiki hut type.
Oh wait,
style.
don't forget that Venom was gonna tell Eddie like the hive mind, because he said I'm gonna let you get a little bit of the knowledge of our hive mind in the universes, and then he was like Eddie, just like you said, it was shaking around. Then Eddie was like, "Is this it?" And
I was thinking that too. I was like, "Oh, is he giving him like a visual of like what this is?" But no, he was getting transported and looked like to another universe because he was in a different room and it was somebody else's room because it looked like some other man was
night
there.
To day.
Today, and they was like in this resort place basically. And if you look at the TV, it's basically showing like Peter Parker. And it showed like James Jonah Jameson, saying like, you know, Peter Parker as Spider-Man and stuff like that. And we were like, oh my God. And then that's when he walked up to the TV and he was like, ooh, basically looking at him.
He started licking the TV as Venom. I said,
like,
what?
Oh my God.
Are you serious?
So that confirmed that we are going to see Venom.
Possibly.
And our Peter Parker.
You can't even say your words right.
Our Peter Parker intercept.
Yes,
they are
finally.
going to intercept. So it's kind of like we thought of it like, okay, the Sony universe. He was transferred from the Sony universe and then put into the MCU universe where all this craziness is happening. And then, go ahead. I'm talking a lot.
Nah, go ahead. I know you hyped. You just hyped as I am.
But we were trying to figure out when exactly this is happening. And now that we thought about it, we're like, okay, this had to happen. Probably when we saw in the trailer that like, you know, like when Doctor Strange was doing the spell to make sure that everybody forgot that Peter Parker was Spider-Man and things like that, because everything got warped around.
Yeah.
And it looked exactly the same as like the end credits where everything was warped around. So I think that was like the exact moment the spell was cast.
Yeah.
And
Velcro brand One Wrap ties. Where will original thinking take you?
it looks like it didn't work. It looks like the spell did not work. And everybody knows still.
Yeah.
So that's why I was just like, oh shoot, that is happening at that time. Like,
and that's just giving me more inklings that it has to be Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in there. If Venom was able to
pop out the Sony universe
to there,
MCU.
yes. And I just don't know what. The other thing is, I don't know what his infatuation is for Peter.
And that's what I was trying to figure out too, because as soon as he saw him, he was just like licking the screen like he wanted him. I was like, why?
Because you
didn't
this
know
random
him before.
person on the screen that has a costume on, you don't know.
Because I'm like, you didn't know him before, so I'm just like, I want.
But I mean, it must be the hive mind thing he was talking about from different. I think I don't know if he said universes or universe. I'm not sure, but it might be different from different universes that the hive mind thing is coming, or the secrets they got.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I don't know. We're gonna see how it all ties in together. I was like, yo.
And that's making me more excited for the Spider-Man movie that's coming up, because
it hyped me up even more.
Just like, okay, are we gonna see Venom in this movie? Like,
I know,
because see him too. Like, is it gonna be number 6?
Yes.
Sinister 6?
Yes.
Like,
Okay. Listen. Let's count it down real quick. Okay. We got Lizard.
Okay.
Right. We got Sandman. We got Electro. Green Goblin, and Doc Ock. And that we was wondering who's the 6th. And the 6th might be Venom. It might be Venom.
I was just like, oh my god.
It's about to go down Christmas.
Yes.
I'm gonna be. Oh my god. Oh, they give me what I want. Like, that's the best Christmas present ever.
Let's say birthday.
No, I was gonna say no. That was not my birthday. It's near my birthday, but not quite. Yeah. But it's gonna be so good. I can't wait to see what happens, man. But that goes back to Detective Mulligan again. Is that toxin still is going to be in that universe as well?
I don't know.
How is it going to shape up? We don't know. I don't know exactly how this is going to shape up.
And if that makes me think about it now. So if they transferred him there,
who else got transferred there?
Who got transferred there? Like, is Toxin still in the same? Is Toxin still in the Venom universe, or is he in the MC? Did he follow him?
Yeah.
To the MCU universe?
Or did Venom just the only one that was able to hop?
Was he the only one to hop, or did Toxin hop with him? Like,
and how is this Morbius movie going to fit? Because they had a Spider-Man thing too. So
look,
we got a lot.
Spider-Man,
we got a lot, man. We got a lot to figure out, and they're trying to figure it out as well. See what happens with this little Sony, Marvel deal, Disney deal, because they got a lot. I know they just did a thing with Wolverine as far as the games.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I think Eddie Brock will be.
What?
And the Spider-Man.
And No Way Home?
Yes, because I remember that. I think I saw on Twitter they said that Eddie Brock was seen with a hat saying like the Spider-Man movie title, but then it was like quickly posted and deleted. And now that I'm looking at the end credits, I'm like, oh yeah, he gonna be in there.
He probably gonna be in there.
So
it's gonna be interesting.
He might actually be in there.
It's gonna be a crazy end of the year, man. And then we're gonna have to also figure out how that's gonna all tie in with Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. We don't. I'm ready.
Yep.
My body is ready. But anyway, I know this was long, but we just had to tell you guys about the movie and our theories and all that stuff. So anyway, thank you guys. Anyway, guys, comment below.
Great experience.
Yeah, great experience, and thank you, Sodi, for letting us see it early, man.
Yes.
Goodness gracious. Anyway, comment below, guys. Let us know.
Don't forget to like,
subscribe,
and share.
more.